book of Vayikrah, the book of Leviticus. Vayikrah, it means that which is calling. Okay, it's not the call. It's sort of that which is calling from the past and future together. Okay. So actually, Rabbi Elazar starts. So it's the first verse of Zohar Vayikrah, Zohar Leviticus. If Rabbi Elazar is opening, we know that we're going to get a view of the end of, or the completion of Reformation, the time of completion. So what is the power that actually drives all stages of completion? This is actually what Rabbi Elazar is trying to offer us. Yeah? He's trying to offer us to take into our consideration. So Rabbi Elazar opened the discussion with a verse, ask a sign. And a sign in Hebrew could be a letter. So when you ask a sign or you ask a letter, you actually ask to be that something higher will let you know what is missing. Because a letter is actually the exact shape of what is missing from the light, because it's a black letter on a white sheet. So actually what you see is the shape of what is missing. The black shapes are that which is missing of the light. Yeah? And if the light will fill it, it will be part of the light. Okay? So asking for a sign or asking for a letter is the same. So Rabbi Elazar is opening and he's saying, is open the discussion with a verse, ask a sign or a letter of Hashem, your Elohim, meaning you're asking something that in it there is already a completion of two, one can say, of two states or two parts that you perceive from the higher. The one is a state of all the states that being can be in, past, future, and present, and all the power that allows it to come from potentiality to actuality, which is Elohim. So you ask from both, meaning you ask from all potentiality to be actualized in you as a sign of what we are missing in order to come closer. So this is, I'm repeating it. Rabbi Elazar opened with a verse, ask a sign, a letter of Havaya, your Elohim. Ask it either in the depth or in the height above. I looked at the earlier generation and the later generations. What is the difference between the earlier generations and the later generations? the earlier generations knew and perceived the supernal wisdom and knew to permutate the letters which were given to Moses at Sinai. Even the wicked people among Israel, those who actually defy the effort or did not ask, but yet had the memory of their identity, meaning working straight for God. One of them, the example is Ezachaz, were familiar, even them, they were familiar with how to ask. They were familiar with the letters of supernal wisdom. For the prophet said to Achaz, for the prophet said to him, ask a sign. Yeah? If Achaz was unversed in supernal wisdom, the prophet would not have spoken to him thus. And through higher letters, drawn from Binah, and lower letters drawn from Malchut, they gained wisdom that helped them manage their life. Okay? Manage their life, meaning manage their work. Okay. This is because each and every letter that was transmitted to Moses was crowned and rose over the heads of the holy supernal living creatures. The secret of the supernal chariot, which are Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, and Malchut. They are actually a chariot. Chariot is always the number 4, like the name of Havea. All the living creatures were crowned with the letter. Even the living creatures of the lower chariot, which is in Malchut, they flew in the air, meaning they rose, they flew in the air of that face which we call Israel Sabaoth Vuna, meaning they would this power of being able to use correctly the signs and the letter took them straight to the world of Atzilut, to the place where wisdom is being revealed, which is called, it's that we reveal ourselves in our grandfather and grandmothers more than in our direct father and mothers. Okay. So it's as though the wisdom of our chain or spiritual genetic chain is revealed in those phases of Atzilut. And what I'm trying to say that in, let's say, in corporate life, we would see actually the revelation of ourselves more in our grandfather and grandmother than in the proximity of our parents. Okay, check it. Okay. Now we're speaking in terms of spiritually. When we have the quest, and when we ask with the letter, which actually are signs of our desire and what is missing in us, we are being taken, like we are building together. The web of us is building a chariot that can allow us to find ourselves in the Etzlo, meaning with him, with the faces of what we call Israel Sabaoth Vuna, yeah, which descends from the supernal air that is fine and unknown, which is in the supernal Abba and Ima. Okay, so actually, Israel Sabaoth Vuna, it's a face of Binah, of Ima, and the higher Bina, Abba Ve'ima, is the face of Abba, meaning of that which is always concealed and working only through Ima, and working only through the mother. Okay. So it seems that how actually Vayikrah or the book of Leviticus, or that which, what are the powers that will accompany us through our wish to come closer to a true identity, to a true self, and to see the face of the Creator. Those are the power of our will and through the wish of Malchut to actually join Bina. When Malchut is joining Bina, when we in ourselves joining the same desire to come closer, to come nearer to the present and to the nature of the crown, to the nature of the Creator, we find alliances with Bina. This is the power that raises up. So wishing to be an Adam, wishing to actually be in simile in our qualities of bestowal to the higher, goes through the power that we can get, the power of asking or begging, meaning putting our request through. It's through the web between us that lifts us to Bina. She's the only power, only higher power that is willing to accept us if we have a declaration of this identity, of this desire to come near, to be Adam. Okay, this is it.